Hello and welcome everybody to another Tarkir Dragonstorm draft video. I'm paulcheon and today we are sitting at rank number 43. So yeah, we went down a little bit in ranking because I did do a private stream for some of my patrons the other day, and we did a couple of drafts and we tried out some new archetypes. I think we went 5 and 3 and 3 and 3. So we lost a little bit of ranking, but still in the double digits here, and hopefully, like I said, my goal is to try to finish as high as possible. I still have a few days left before that happens, so let's go ahead and try to win another trophy for all of you. Now, before we head into this draft, I just wanted to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com for all of your TCG singles and sealed product needs. Whether you need booster boxes just to crack open some packs, or you wanted some singles to round out your standard, modern, pioneer, or commander decks, TCGplayer.com is the place to go. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before you make any purchases. Also, check out heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, all that good stuff for your next tabletop event, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. They also have a heavy convention presence. If you ever do see them at a convention, tell them Paul sent you to get 10% off in person as well. All right, here we go. All we've been doing is doing the 5-color thing. Will that stop? Well, we shall see. I mean, I guess there's no reason not to, right? This pack, I actually don't think Sarkhan is particularly strong. This card just, I don't know. Oftentimes you don't have a dragon. If you don't, it's really bad, etc., etc. I do really like, I think it's between the 3 uncommons here. We have Sunset Strikemaster, Wingblade Disciple, both of which are really good cards, but this is just kind of the dragon that you want in all of your big dragon decks. I think if you wanted to draft maybe a red-white aggro deck, I can certainly see the case for Sunset Strikemaster if you want to do the aggro thing, but I don't really think I would take the Disciple here over the Shrieker. But let's take the Shrieker here. I mean, this card is even playable. This card is even playable if you draft, like, you know, a red-white aggro deck and have some black fixing, some Mardu Devotees as a good top-end threat. And wow, second pick Stormscale Scion. Can we make that work? I'm going to certainly try. This is one of the cards that's really, really fun to play with. So I want to try this. I think the good, quote-unquote, good safe pick is something like a Dispelling Exhale here. But let's take the Stormscale Scion and storm our way into a nice little Scion deck here. And it doesn't look like we are 5 colors yet, but given this start, we are extremely likely to be 5 colors. Stormscale Scion certainly wants some kind of ramp shenanigans to occur. I don't mind Narset's Rebuke as a removal spell, but I do think Sultai Monument is just really, really premium. I've had decks with 3 to 4 monuments, all do extremely well, and it's also just a nice thing to play in the late game too, to trigger this. Iridescent Tiger is really cool with Stormscale Scion, but I think this is just a card in general that I don't really love to play, so I don't know that I want to take that. That is a late Sun Pearl Kirin, which can be pretty nice in an aggressive deck. I think it's pretty mediocre in a more of a controlling deck. There's also Hollowmurk Siege, which can be good. There is a new deck that's emerging, which is a Golgari aggro counters deck. I tried it. I went 5 and 3, but I don't think it's something that I still want to actively pursue. And especially given this start, I don't think that's the direction I want to go. So for me, I think it's between something like a Trinkle Cove or a Focus the Mind. And so far, my approach has just been to almost ignore the lands and just take the cards that I want for my deck first. So let's take Focus the Mind here and not really worry about the mana fixing until later. Here we have Spectral Denial, which is a counterspell that I really like in general. There's a Dismal Backwater, which can certainly be good as well, but I just value counterspells very highly, and I'm going to take the Spectral Denial here. All right, moving on here, Lie in Wait is a really great value card, so certainly interested in taking something like that. Attuned Hunter, I don't really love. Bearer of Glory if you want to be aggro. Embermouth Sentinel for some mana fixing, but you know, anytime I see a good premium uncommon, I'm certainly going to choose to take it over. Just random commons. Here we have Unending Whisper, which is a nice way to actually turn on Stormscale Scion, but I can also just take an Einok Wayfarer here. If I'm going to be more of a blue-green-ish base, it can be good. Obviously, this is double red, which is going to really push our mana, but Absent Monument is actually the one monument I don't like, just because there are times where you can't even get a token out of it. So I think Unending Whisper is replaceable enough, whereas the Wayfarer, if I do end up in a blue-green shell, will be a very good card to just play on turn 2. So let's go ahead and take that. And now we'll take the Jungle Hollow because this pack is pretty mediocre. There's only so many things you want as far as recursive elements go, and Lion Wait's obviously premium. Rite of Renewal, I think, is significantly worse. It's a lot slower and doesn't impact the board when you play it, whereas Lion Wait can be nice, especially with a card like the Enoch Wayfarer. But I think this is a really good opportunity to take Jungle Hollow, and here is a good opportunity to see. We get the lands late. This is what I love to see. Being able to table some of these lands, and so that we can focus on the good spells early, I think is the more correct approach now with the way the format's been going. So certainly the Golgari counters deck can be open here. I guess I'll just take Formation Breaker just in case. Gurmag Nightwatch is not really a card I'm that interested in taking anyways. So why don't we take this in case there's a world where we backdoor into the Golgari counters deck? But I think that's unlikely unless we table the Hollow Merc Siege. But I don't see that happening here. Now we have the choice between Constrictor Stage and Roamer's Routine. I don't really love the Roamer's Routine. Aggressive Negotiations can be okay, but I think I'm okay taking the Sage here. It's not insane, but it's still an okay top-end threat if you don't have a bunch of dragons in that spot. These are cards I certainly don't want to play. And Dismal Backwater, all right. These lands, getting these lands late is absolutely huge. Very, very happy with this because this just helps shore up our mana significantly. All right, pack 2, pick 1. I don't really love Corroding Dragonstorm. I think it's really between two cards. It's the Dragon Sniper and the Laseed Prowler. And I'm kind of looking for some good cheap plays. And this is double greened, and it's not clear that we're going to be a base green deck. This is a little bit easier to play depending on my mana situation. And I just haven't really been super impressed with the Prowler. So, you know, this one, I mean, a lot of people are going to look at the rare, but I do think the Sniper is really good. And this also just really helps with effects like Piercing Exhale. If I do get bite type effects, I think this is going to be something that I really want. So let's take the Dragon Sniper here. And now, well, you're not going to catch me passing the decent Dragonstorms all that often. The 5-color decks are often leaning into that kind of stuff. Oh, also, by the way, Sniper good with cards like the Stormscale Scion. So when in doubt, take the cheaper card. But yeah, let's go ahead and take Roiling Dragonstorm here as a nice way to get some card flow going. We have a Roiling Dragonstorm currently and a Focus the Mind as far as card draw stuff goes. That's good. And now that we picked up 2 card draw effects here, this is interesting. We have Soggo Wildling, Bewildering Blizzard, and Piercing Exhale as options. And given the multicolored nature of our deck, and we're going to be looking for dragons and all that stuff, I think as much as I like Bewildering Blizzard, I do have a couple of value-oriented cards already. I think I'm going to take the Soggo Wildling here just to make sure that, you know, I have good mana fixing and we can lean into a nice little blue-green base here with, you know, some other splashes. All right, here we have Sandstep Citadel, which can be really interesting, but we also have Kishless Skimmer, and I have Enoch Wayfarer and Lion Wait and Constrictor Sage. Again, another instance where I'm just going to take a really good solid 2-drop, which, you know, you play this and like they kind of have to kill it, and if they don't, I can just get a lot of value out of a card like this. So let's take the Skimmer out of that pack and then move on. So really liking this so far. Now the double red on the Scion might be hard. Could obviously use a globe. So that's something that we're going to be looking out for. Temur Devotee is fine. But honestly, it's just like, if I don't have one of these, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I think I'd rather just take Blossoming Sands here. This pack just doesn't have anything I really want. Synchronized Charge is certainly not the type of card for this deck. Although notably, it's very, very good in that Golgari counter strategy. But let's take Blossoming Sands here. We have a Sonic Shrieker, so this is going to certainly help with that. And there it is. There is the globe. Very, very happy to pick that up. Certainly seeing a lot of random Jeskai cards here. Another Focus to Mind, but this deck absolutely wants at least the first copy of Dragonstorm Globe. Going into pack 2, pick 7, I'm going to take this Caustic Exhale with Sultai Monument, Dragonstorm Globe, and 3 black lands and 1 swamp. That's already 6 black. No, I have Soggo Wildling. That's already 7 black sources. So should be pretty easy to be able to play this relatively early and gives us another cheap form of interaction and, decent chance to be able to play it with 1 mana, given the 3 dragons that we have here. So really liking this mix so far. Obviously slamming Fanekeeper's Familiar. There is no way that this card should be in the pack 2, pick 8. This is an extremely strong card. Very, very happy and surprised that it's still in the pack. So good mix of just good spells and creatures here. Kind of liking this. Nothing to complain about. I don't think I need Ice Ridge Serpent here. Maybe I take Snakeskin Veil, but honestly, it's not really the type of card that I would like to play in this type of deck anyway, so probably not going to play it. Tomb Guard, good in the +1/+1 counters deck. Not so much here. I guess I'll take a Brigade in case I really need a Death Touch creature, but here I'm really hoping to table some lands. But we have 4 lands, a Dragonstorm Globe, and a Saga Wildling. Very, very happy with the Saga Wildling pick. And now I'll take the Auroral... Wow, I can't... There's a lot of words in this format I can't say very well. Well, Auroral Procession being another one of those cards. But, you know, this gets a little bit more value, especially because I have the Kishless Skimmer. Now, noting that I already have a Lie in Wait, but with some of the self-mill cards, maybe this is a card that I can use to get back some of my top-end cards. But solid group of cards here. Always can use more mana fixing, maybe one more card draw spell. We shall see where this goes. Oh, wow. Really good pack. Inevitable Defeat, Rally the Monastery, Bewildering Blizzard, and Lie in Wait. I would love absolutely all of those cards. We are actually in the market here, I think, for another good removal spell. Yeah, we don't have very much removal. I have the Sniper too, so I actually think I'm just going to take the Inevitable Defeat. This card is just premium. It helps you race. I think my mana is just going to be fine. I like exactly 1 Lie in Wait. A second copy is a little bit more difficult to pull off. Rally the Monastery is also good, but the life gain on this is just so strong. All right, moving on to pack 3, pick 2. We have this pack, which has a Bewildering Blizzard. Is it finally time to take the Blizzard here? There's also Evolving Wilds. Don't really need the Narcissus Rebuke, and I'm not, like I said, I don't really care too much for the Prowler. Could also take Evolving Wilds. You know, after taking the Inevitable Defeat and the Shrieker, and I have a lot of power here, I think I will actually, you know, this is finally, I think my deck's already looking pretty good to the point where I really like the power level of the cards that I have. So this is a rare pick where I will prioritize the mana fixing over a good card. So I'll take the Evolving Wilds and wow, Roar of the Endless Song. Also Sipsig Appraiser and Opulent Palace. Roar of the Endless Song is obviously a bomb here, though, so let's go ahead and take that. And now we have Opulent Palace versus Saga Wildling and Piercing Exhale. Yeah, I'm just taking the Wildling. I mean, I like the Palace and all, but this is a dragon. It turns on our Exhales. It works well with the globes. It gets me all the colors. It adds a playable and a land to my deck. I do think generally I like this more. Also, keep in mind, by the way, these are also cheap spells that work well with the Stormscale Scion. We're seeing a ton of tri-lands here, but Disruptive Stormbrood is also premium, so going to take that here. Wow. Caustic Exhale, Rebuke, Outpost, a bunch of cards I'd be happy playing, but really, oh my gosh. Wait, there's a Globe too? I mean, this is the ultimate win condition. Like, I love Globe, but I'm taking Craterhoof Behemoth. Okay, well, this deck is looking awesome. And I have a few top-end cards and card draw effects. I'm just going to take this as another cheap interactive spell. And it does work well with the Kishless Skimmer as well. So let's take the Ireni's Rebuff. And now we have a pack with a bunch of removal and a Sultai Monument. Do I care about mana fixing here? 3, 4, 5, or do I just want a Dragon's Prey for my deck? My mana fixing looks okay here. I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Dragon's Prey here. And this is just more... like, at this point, it's what is my deck missing? And it's just another probably good hard removal spell, which is why I chose to take that card. It's like I have these two. These are 2 hard removal spells. This taps things. This kills little things. Like, I have ways to kill little things. So, like, I'm just taking the Dragon's Prey as kind of more of a necessary evil type thing. And I think I'm okay with that. Because we have, a couple of ways to kill little things. Like I said, I just took it because I wanted another way to kill a big thing. And here there's Piercing Exhale and Dismal Backwater. 3, 6, 23 cards. I actually need another card here, so I'll take Piercing Exhale. I took that because I literally just need another playable. Like, I don't want to play any cards out of my sideboard. And obviously a land would have been pretty good in that spot. But Piercing Exhale, I'm also looking at as a late game removal spell, given what we have here, right? Just because we don't have a lot of good cheap stuff. We do have the Dragon Sniper, but so don't look at this as like a cheap card to play. Just look at, just think of it as something that you're going to play in the late game to like use on one of your dragons or something like that. All right, we're looking at 11 creatures here, but we also have Roar of Endless Song. Do like the fact that we took a bunch of these cheap spells to go with the Stormscale Scion. Stormbrood can also be played on turn 2. So yeah, I think this is a very, very solid configuration here. As far as mana goes, we certainly want one of everything. The one plains for the Sonic Shrieker. We have double Saga Wildling plus the Evolving Wilds. Black, 1 Swamp makes a lot of sense here too. Although we have more black cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 black cards. But we have 2 Wildlings, Sultai Monument, Globe, Swamp, 3 tap lands, and Evolving Wilds. Yeah, that's 9 black sources. Okay, that's good. And then for red is interesting because I have the Stormscale Scion, but I also need to cut a land from this. Green, I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I definitely don't want to go less than 7 green. Given that I have the 2 Saga Wildlings, I should probably cut an island. That gives me 4, 5, 6 blue. I actually probably just want to play 1 more green and 1 less blue. Like, all my early stuff is green here, right? And my green gets me all my other colors, so I want at least 8 green here, plus the Monument gives us 9 green. This gives us 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, I just think it's important to be able to... I don't actually have that many other ways to make the second red. So, obviously, this, like, disrupts my mana a fair amount. But 4 blue sources plus the Monument is 5, plus the 2 Wildlings is 7, and then we have a Globe that's 8. And yeah, like obviously I would want my blue a little bit earlier because I have the Skimmer, the Dragonstorm, and the Spectral Denial. So we will be leaning pretty heavily on the Saga Wildlings plus the Sultai Monuments. I do think overall this mana is pretty good. I think we're probably over-indexing on red, but I do think there are going to be enough instances where we really want to fetch, given that we have Wilds and 2 Wildlings for the second red source for the Scion, where I really want to play the 2 Mountains. All right, let's give this a go. Take a look at our sideboard. I just really don't have anything, and this is why I took the Piercing Exhale. Like, what would you want to play out of this sideboard, right? Which is why I took this over... I wouldn't even need a land anyways. It was like a blue-black land or something. So, all right. Well, there it is. Another 5-color deck with some really good top end. We're playing 16 lands with 2 Saga Wildlings and a Sultai Monument. So that's kind of like 19 mana sources, right? Along with Wayfarer, which can get us a land a good amount of the time, and a Globe. So this is still a good amount of mana in the deck. So I do think this is probably fine. All right. Now, before round 1 starts, just wanted to say, of course, that if you've been enjoying all of this content and would like to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Want to give a special shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for all your support. Truly means a lot and allows me to continue making all this content on a regular basis. Access to my Patreon give you access to my Discord, which I believe is a really great way to up your limited game and join an awesome community of people who also want to get better at Magic, just like you. All right, gonna keep this. We don't have... Our turn 2 play is Sultai Monument. We're going to use that to get an island and then play Roiling Dragonstorm, hopefully. All right, our opponent also has a slow start. Would love to find a white source here for the 2 white cards in our hand that are both, you know, bomb to pseudo-bomb level cards. Okay. Nothing out of our opponent. Ooh, that is a Globe. Sure hope they don't have a counterspell. I don't know what's worse. Them playing a Rakshasa's Bargain or like if they had a counterspell, but Rakshasa's Bargain is obviously great. Inspirited Vanguard's not very good. Although I have lost to it, admittedly. I think honestly I'd rather have them cast Bargain than counter my Globe. Scavenger Regent. Interesting. Inevitable Defeat means I don't have to discard a card to kill that. But I'm wondering if it's better just to play out the Sonic Shrieker. Well, the thing is, I want to get the Dragonstorm going first. So yeah, I'm just going to kill this now. Yeah. This is a worse use of my mana this turn. But next turn I get to go Roiling Dragonstorm plus keep up Fanekeeper's Familiar. Okay, never mind. I probably just discard the Forest. Dragon's Prey. What do I want to do now? Is it Sonic Shrieker them? Or just take some damage off of this? I think I just play the Dragonstorm still. Hopefully I can draw a land. Okay, I found a land in the Saga Wildling, which I'm certainly going to use here. I don't know what to discard. I'll discard Piercing Exhale, I guess. Let's go ahead and get a Plains here. This is just a more consistent removal spell, even though it's slower. Armament Dragon, okay. Oh, I should have... Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Alright, this is certainly a lot of damage that we're taking. Hopefully they don't just completely run us over by just tapping out for a giant dragon literally every single turn. Okay. Come on, buddy. Oh my gosh. This is kind of gross. All right. And I'm in a situation where I think I just need to kill this 3/3 because I feel like it's very likely that they have a way to kill my Shrieker. So I just want to minimize the damage that I take. But, I mean, this is literally just an instance where it's just like they just played something big every single turn. And I just didn't have time to be able to kind of stabilize this board, honestly. Oh, they have nothing? Oh my gosh. Like, literally, if they had anything in that spot, that's just it for us, I think. Wow. Okay, I don't need any more white mana, so let's tap like this. Let's discount, discard the rebuff. I want to keep hitting my land drops, I think. Now, I can just play the Stormbrood and kill the Globe. Seems pretty good. I could also bounce the Shrieker, which is kind of interesting. Alright. I mean, this is a 4/4, so that's also really good, right? Like, sure, I have this Fanekeeper's Familiar. I'm sure it'll come into play at some point. Don't want to attack. Okay, well, we are definitely on our way to stabilize. Now, if they have a way to kill the Sonic Shrieker, I can still... And I want to get a blue with this. I can still block the Earth Carver with the Stormbrood. I just feel like I have more card draw going on right now, so... Like, if they top deck a removal spell, it's not too bad. I mean, it's still not great, but... Alright. Oh, wait, do I need the mountain? No, I have the globe, right? Oh, no, I want forest. I want forest because I have Crater Hoof. Yeah. I just forgot that that was in my deck. Constrictor Sage is pretty nice here. I can just tap this down. Play Focus the Mind, maybe. And don't think. Let's just play this. Oh, there is the Scion. Whew, that is... Oh my gosh, I have a rebuff in my sideboard. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Next turn I can have 9 mana. So I can go... So I can discard this then, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. I can exhale for 1 mana, rebuff for 1 mana. And then play the Scion. Wow. Do I want to attack with this? I don't think so. Especially because I have the Scion. Because I have the Scion, I'd rather just, like, have a double Dragon Anthem in play next turn. Okay. Oh, this is just incredible. I'm not really sure how I want to do this. This is certainly the most fun way to do it. Is it correct? Probably not. This is correct? Probably not, right? But it's super fun. Come on, you have to admit this is fun. Like I said, is this correct? I don't know. But if it's wrong, I don't want to be right. Yeah, buddy. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, they have a duty beyond death, I guess. Why would they do that then? Wouldn't they want to draw more cards? Oh no, never mind. Alright, alright. That was satisfying and that was worth it. I forgot, by the way, we also have Craterhoof Behemoth in this deck. Oh, that was most satisfying. I like, legitimately, because they didn't play a single interactive spell, I thought the chances of me losing that game were super high. Now, I think I actually made a mistake just from the beginning. I've been playing with this format long enough. I should have just played a Shrieker. It was a 5/5. And that would have just done a lot to just kind of slow things down. Oh well. All right, on the play here. Obviously, I can't play the defeat for a while, but that's okay. We'll lead with Forest. If we naturally draw Island, we can play the Skimmer. But Sultai Monument coming in clutch. Let's go get an Island. Teamer Monument. Our opponent's a Monument gamer. That means they're really smart. That's all it means. Probably really handsome, too. Alright, Bloodfell Caves. I mean, I'm still just going to play the Skimmer here. I don't really have a good turn 4 play anyways, and if they play a creature, I can Dragon's Buff, too. But we're in for a slog, friends. That is the nature of this format. Okay, hey, Einok Wayfarer was actually a really good draw. If they have a counter, they probably should counter this, and if they had a removal spell, I think they would have killed the Skimmer. So this is a Dispelling Exhale check. And, you know, if they count, given that I have a land here, if they counter it, it's not too bad. I mean, ideally, I hit a land and I just draw a card. That would be nice. But I think they have a counter here. Really? See? All right. Well, good thing, you know, good thing I attack first, right? And let's play the Bloodfell Caves. Okay. So they're just like keeping up counter spells or some other nonsense here. So the best part about this is I can just make 2 2/2s, and all they can play is a Rakshasa's Bargain, maybe. I'm hoping they don't play that. I'm hoping they just had a counter spell. Yeah, let's go. They had to use Riverwalk technique on a 2/2. We take those. We take those. I have a... So if they play a 3 toughness creature, I have a Disruptive Stormbrute to get. Oh my gosh, this is... Okay. I can't say I'm too upset about what's happening right now. They're using Glacial Dragon Hunts to kill the thing that I... Oh, they didn't discard anything. They just used it to draw a card. Sure. Well, we have Inevitable Defeat up now. I hope they don't play like a Karakik Guardian or something. Okay, that's fine. We can just bounce this token. Okay. Yeah, I mean, our hand is just all removal, right? So, it's just kind of waiting to see what they play. Fair enough. They played it with, like, a counterspell backup. Not much you can do about that one. So let's see. Counterspell available. The 2, 3, 4. I just tap this and wait. 2, 3, 4. I want to keep up Dragon's Prey, I think. So they have a counterspell plus a dragon in their hand? Okay. I mean, they have a really good collection of cards here, right? Like, that is some incredible stuff. And they get to play a Karakik Guardian next turn? Yikes. Okay. I should probably save the Dragon's Prey for this. I'll just take the 5 for now. But they were able to turn this around with all these really powerful effects, and we just have little creature removal right now. Okay. So I can kill this with Caustic Exhale. What can I get back that I really want? Like, none of these cards seem particularly good. There's Disruptive Stormbrood, but it doesn't do much. I can get the Sniper, but getting back Disruptive Stormbrood lets me kill the Guardian as well, right? Yeah, so that's probably best. Okay. And there's a 5/5. They do have a Glacial Dragon Hunt, so that makes that also worse. I'm going to hold this, I think. I'm just going to kill the 5/5. Okay. Like, they have a Dragon Hunt, so I don't really want to play this when there's no targets. I'd rather just use this as like a removal spell. Team Tawny back, sure. I mean, we need to find some ways to get ahead on cards ourselves, or find one of our really good top-end cards, and we have found neither, which is making this a more difficult situation. All right, Constrictor Sage. That's good. Let's tap this down. We can Caustic Exhale, Behold the Dragon here. And then we can hit for 1. And this is good. Because now we also have Piercing Exhale for a Surveil, potentially. They have a Dragon Hunt, but that can't kill my Sage. The 3 cards in hand. Sagu Wildling. Okay. Now I can use the Stormbrood. I don't need to. Oh my gosh, what a freaking draw. Yeah, maybe using the Stormbrood's actually good here, right? Fresh start. Okay. The question is, do I target them? Do I get this last card out of their hand, or is it this Champion of Doosan? I want that last card. I should have killed Champion of Doosan. The thing is, my ground creatures aren't really doing anything anyways. Like, if I block here, freeze this, that's totally fine too. And obviously that last card could have been really good. So I think I'm okay with this. Lotus Light Dancers. Jeez. What a draw. Why couldn't that be the last card in your hand? You just drew that off the top there. Goodness. Oh, they have nothing to get back? Well, that's awesome. I'm gonna Piercing Exhale here, I think, for the Surveil. If I hit the Storm Dragon, that would be insane. If I hit Craterhoof Behemoth, that would also be insane. Oh my gosh, this is all... Wait, Craterhoof Behemoth I can't actually cast. So I actually don't want it. But I want to shuffle it back into my deck, so I'm just gonna top the Stormbrood, and that kills the Lotus Light Dancers, right? Yeah. Because this shuffles it back in. Alright. They are 2 life. They need to find a way to kill the Shrieker. We killed everything in play. That was a really good sequence of cards for us. Hopefully this is enough to fight through everything, and we did! Wow. Wow, wow, wow. We just managed to find all the answers. All the removal, even the Exhale paying off. Just had to time it reasonably well, and the Surveil with the Dragons worked well. Alrighty, 2-0! I want to hoof somebody out, though. Alright, we are on the play here, and this one just has both of my top-end cards and nothing I can cast early, so sadly that is a mulligan here. This hand I will keep and probably bottom the Procession here. I think I just want all my mana. You can make the argument to, like, bottom a land or something, but I think that's greedy because then I can't play the Globe. Come on, top of our deck. Alright, so we got the Sniper in play. We have the Globe into the Fanekeeper's Familiar, which is nice. Looks like we got some kind of black-white concoction over there. Really happy I didn't bottom a land. Because we just drew Roar of Endless Song. I really hope they don't play aggressive negotiations here. That would be very, very annoying. Mardu, less likely. Nightblade Brigade, okay. Untapped land would obviously be ridiculous. Okay, that's ridiculous. Let's attack. And yeah, let's just play Roar of Endless Song. Oh, that lets you unmulligan, right? This gives you 2 elephants. So that's good. Okay, well, they killed one of them. Okay, we are obviously taking that. Well, that prevented a lot of damage from coming in, so I totally understand that attack. And I'm going to pass here. It's too greedy to play the Wayfarer and try to find an untapped land. I'd rather just Fanekeeper's Familiar if they play a creature. Alright, we get to double power and toughness, which is going to be great. Let's go Einok Wayfarer. We hit a Forest and a Plains. Oh, if I get the Forest back, I can just play Lie in Wait on the Wildling. I think that's a more consistent thing to try to kill them with. And I just get a Wildling, right? This is a turn 5 kill. Or a turn 6 kill. Alright, well there you go. Was there anything to learn from this? Yeah, Roar of Endless Song. Good Magic the Gathering card. Good Magic the Gathering card. 3-0. Alright, back to rank 21. We are on the play and certainly a keeper. It's a little bit slow. Okay, I'm going to be real with all of you. It's a lot a bit slow, but we are on the play. Okay, so if they have a turn 2 play, it can be a problem, but we do have Spectral Denial for 3 on turn 3. Okay, we at least have that. Okay, Dismal Backwater is a good indication at least that we might be safe. Like obviously we don't want to see Plains. Or Basic Mountain for that matter. Traveling Botanist. Okay, well, I'm just going to kill that. And I don't have a dragon here, so let's just kill it before they can counter it. And then this is a good opportunity to play another tap land. Crater Hoof Behemoth, obviously, we're not going to have in play for, you know, it's kind of like a mulligan here for now, but it's okay. Obviously, just want to draw more lands at this point. Untap land here would be good. And given here now that I have Constrictor Sage and Rebuff, I'm not as concerned about a creature that they might play. Look at this. They just ran out the Familiar there. I guess it's still not bad, right? Like, they still get to... Like, that's why this card is so good. Like, you can still just place something to the board here, and it's still totally fine. Whoa. They're getting aggro. Okay. They probably have a counterspell here. A counterspell would be pretty bad. But, like, what else can I do? I can, like, pass and double block the Familiar, and if they have something, I counter it. But then they can probably counter back anyways. Alright. Oh, this is good. Snakeskin Veil? What kind of deck did you draft? Alright. I mean, now that there's 2 counters on it, like, I don't mind. Holy cow, look at this! Alright, fair enough. Oh. This feels crazy, but I think I actually am supposed to bounce the Fanekeeper's Familiar here. Well, first let's Piercing Eggs. Oh, I have the dragon in my hand. Do I want Saga? Ooh, Saga Wildling is great. Saga Wildling is so strong. I should just get a forest, I think, with the Wildling. It's a little awkward that I revealed Stormscale Scion, right? But the question is, can they afford to just pass? I don't think so. Like, I can also just pass, right? Like, I can just pass and just keep up Counterspell if they run this out. So, yeah. That was such a, like, not a good use of their mana there. Like, playing Fresh Start with 5 mana. Like, just play the Fanekeeper's Familiar, I think. But it is what it is. And now they don't get to counter anything, and I get to have 2 Stormscale Scions, which I like. I do need to be careful of my life total, but I don't know. Like, they can use Naga Fleshcrafter to, I guess, turn everything into a Constrictor Sage and hit me for 5, I guess? Which is not bad. Now I kind of wish I had the island. Well, no, it wouldn't have mattered. I think my opponent's kind of confused. Alright, you draw your card. Wait, why did they copy... Okay, whatever. Ooh, that's really interesting, because I can get a Plains now. Is that better than getting a forest? Because I need to draw another land here. I think Plains is better. I have a lot of green sources in my deck as well. I mean, hopefully they can't kill me from this spot. Feels like with inevitable defeat here, like I should be able to get this down. Unless they have another Fleshcrafter somehow. Okay. I mean, they need to like kill this and also deal a bunch of extra damage. Which seems difficult, right? Like given that this is one of the cards that we know about. Like Sarkhan's Resolve plus another removal spell. Like a tap. They need like another Durgar Island Dragon plus Sarkhan's Resolve or something. Okay, yeah, they're just probably dead here. Forest would just be nice. All right. Sago Wildling plus Stormscale Scion. A nice little combo here, and we are now rank 15. Okay. Like I said, the hot streak is continuing here. Continuing to just take dragons, fixing when it's good, focusing on taking the powerful good spells. And yeah, this is what we have. All right, opponent on the play here. I'm going to keep this because I have the Roiling Dragonstorm on 2, and I have a Caustic Exhale. So ideally, those will be the cards that let me survive the early game and also find lands to play. Oh, and the Disruptive Stormbrood. Yeah, so plenty of things to do early. Ideally, I can play out the Stormbrood, right? Just because by playing out the Stormbrood, I can get back the Dragonstorm. Okay. Green source would be excellent here. Well, I needed to be more specific, but it's okay. I'll take tap green sources as well. Sipsig Appraiser is the play from the opponent. Would have loved to have one of those, I'll tell you that. Ooh, Stormscale Scion, okay. That is mega, mega interesting. I'm not going to use a removal spell on this because I have the Wayfarer. So we'll just take it. And if they play something worth killing, I can use Caustic Exhale. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, that's terrifying. They just played Encroaching Dragonstorm. So they were on the play and played a turn 4 Dragonstorm. So, like, yeah, I mean, this is super scary. It's the kind of card... You know what's weird is I actually don't ever end up playing this card super highly, but I do think the card's good. I don't know. It's weird. I just haven't really put the card in my decks that often. All right, white or green? I already have the white, so I'm going to take the green because of Crater Hoof. And I will play Rugged Highlands and see what they do. Man, my hand, I did, like, just trying to figure out what I need to do with this hand, it's like, I have a headache. This hand is something else. God, they returned the Dragonstorm? That's not cool. Does it tell you how many counters? 2 there and 1 there. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna kill it. Okay. I mean, there's no reason to mess around there. Oh, come on. All right, whatever. Yeah, that's unfortunate. My opponent played a Nugan. You know, what do I do? Blue, green... Wait, hold on. Was that the perfect card? Blue, green, red, white, black. Oh, it sure was. It sure was. Get that out of my face. Wow, so we... I mean, the thing is, I still don't feel like I'm ahead here. They have way more cards, but... Hey, look, we at least had an answer to the Ugin because we drew that land. And the nice thing about this is it lets us set up for a large Stormscale Scion turn. Like, I really want to hold on to this Wilding to try to get a big Stormscale Scion going. But we'll see. They have infinite lands. Sultai Monument, okay. Probably getting a forest here. Island, okay. Huh. I'm just gonna play this. And I'm just gonna kill the monument. They just have way more than enough lands at this point, so I don't really care. 5 cards in hand for the opponent. There's a globe. Alright, here comes a dragon, presumably. Okay. They killed that, so let's get a swamp, I guess. Yeah. That's a 5/6. Goodness. You can play it again if you want. You can play it again if you want. Oh my gosh, the sniper's also excellent. Goodness. But, like, sniper's excellent as a way to just, like, hold the fort here. Or rather, I want to be able to get a big Scion, so let's play the Sage. I just want to naturally draw lands. Alright. Why didn't they play this? They clearly had something to play here. Focus the Mind, maybe? Or just a removal spell? Okay. Focus? No way. Oh, double removal spell? What if they're just out of action? I'm okay with that. There's just no way I can get them to cast a spell on my turn, huh? Alright, so they have the Dragonstorm and 1 card in hand. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Lie in wait. Lie in wait is not enough to kill that thing. I mean, I can get this back, which is not bad either, right? So why don't we just do that, I guess? Like, I just don't. Let's get an island, I think. I have 3 green already, right? Oh my god, I just realized something. I can bounce the Stormscale Scion. I can bounce the Stormscale Scion? What the hell? I'll block here, I guess. Ah, okay. Okay. That is fine. So now... Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Hold on. Hold on. So let's get back to Scion. Let's kill the Shrine Keeper. This counterspell just doesn't do a darn thing. Next turn I can go Sniper, get a land, and then play the Scion. Alright. Man, I can't even counter Haumph. Oh well. Oh, they got another graveyard card? Wow. That was a good find off the top, because we knew they had the Dragonstorm, right? Yeah, that was an incredible draw off the top. Goodness, okay. I'm gonna tap them out, I think. I mean, they have to tap. Yeah. That's a really... Okay. Okay, we drew the land. So maybe that also changes something? No, I don't think that it does. Let's go. Let's get... I don't think I need another forest, so let's just get mountain. Yeah. All right, let's go. We have a sniper and 3 7/7 dragons in play. And we can bounce the dragon and replay it if we need to. If that is something that we need to do. But I just feel like this is... Even if they kill one of these, they're in so much trouble. Yeah, that's not going to do it. Like, even if they kill one of these... Yeah. 6/6, yeah. This is lethal. And if they block everything, they just lose everything. I mean, it might just be... What the heck? I want to keep this around because I have the rebuff. Look, if you're going to emote, like, I gotta... You know what I mean? I gotta do what I gotta do. I mean, they had a lot of mana, but just didn't have the action. Well, actually, no, they did. I just got really lucky. That was a crazy match. If you think about it, I actually beat Ugin. Like, I beat an encroaching Dragonstorm into ginormous, like, 2 big dragons into Ugin. Inevitable defeat for the win. And we are now in the single digits. I cannot believe it. We are in the single digits somehow. What the heck? We were literally in the thousands. Oh, man. You know, you have those moments where it's like, oh, man, no matter what I do, my opponents always have it and I lose. This is almost like the reverse of that, where it's like, you're like, okay, well, I hope they don't have a removal spell and I'm good. And then they don't, and then you get it. Or, oh, man, I really hope I draw an untapped land here to be able to get back my inevitable defeat and play it, and I got there. So... Fully recognizing that we are running good on the flip side here. This is a questionable hand. I have a Kishla Skimmer and a Dragon's Prey that I can cast, but obviously the Stormscale Scion is a very late game play here, and I currently do not have the mana to play Inevitable Defeat. I'm actually pretty far away from doing so. So both of these cards just don't do much early, but I'm hoping that the Monument plus the Skimmer helps me. This deck has... You know, plenty of mana sources to draw, right? We have 16 lands, Monument, 2 Wildlings, and a Globe. So that's like 20 mana sources. And an Inoc Wayfarer. 20 and a half, if you want to count that as a half. Drawing a 5-drop is not good, obviously. Okay, they hit the land. Ooh. Okay. Can we wait? Can we hold off until turn 7? I don't think so, but... Warden of the Grove. Okay. Certainly a good turn 3 play. Yeah, that's not happening. Missed on a land drop here, though. Missed on a land drop, so that's unfortunate. Need to keep hitting our lands. Saga Wildling would be... Oh, come on. Lie in wait? Oh, no. Okay. Land. All right, that's good. That is certainly good. I mean, presumably they're going to play this Warden of the Grove. I'm just hoping. Okay. I still get to surveil too, I guess. Craterhoof. You know, I'm an ambitious person, but Craterhoof just doesn't seem like a card that I can afford to draw on this board. So we'll, I'll keep the land though. It's like slow, but I gotta do what I gotta do. This one doesn't seem like it's gonna be it's very easy for us to win. Just given, like, we can't play the defeat. Scion's not gonna be super impressive. We have a Constrictor Sage, but Warden of the Grove is going off, and we had the one removal spell. Actually, we had Dragon's Prey and the Exhale, but this is certainly just a situation where They had an incredible bomb, one of the better turn 3 rares in the game, and a way to get it back to kill my thing. So this is certainly a type of game that you can lose, and no shame in that, right? It just happens. This is a pretty bad card. I don't recommend playing that in general. But I guess they just needed a filler level card. I mean, as much as I want to get the Scion going, I feel like I need to be able to cast the Inevitable Defeat. Oh, wow. Okay. Three cards left in hand for the opponent. Like, I hope they don't have Snakeskin Veil, you know. All right. Well, we answered those threats. So now, I mean, we found the mana. Like, I can be patient with Stormscale Scion. We'll see what happens. No, they're looking at their graveyard again. They just drafted, like, the ultimate graveyard value deck, I guess. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yep, this is a lot. Honestly, making a pair of 2/2s on this board is not that bad. Like, I definitely don't want to play the Constrictor Sage. Okay, you know. Hey, sometimes you just play against another deck that has a ton of bombs, and you get got. Actually, I'm just single blocking. You can't counter this. You literally need to have a dragon plus Dispelling Exhale. But it does feel like they have a counterspell, right? Oh, man. Yep. This is brutal. Look, you can't win all of them. And losing to somebody who's played double Hydra into Roar of Endless Song. Good beats. Good beats is all I can say. They didn't even play the Tawny back. Interesting. You would not... They value having a counterspell here more than... you know what? That makes sense, actually. But I just need to prevent a bunch of damage from coming in. So let's just tap this down. Yeah. They have rebuff plus counterspells. Yeah, this is just too much. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well... What if they, like, played something there? That'd be really funny. Alright, whatever. I mean, I'm 100% dead here, so... Yeah, like, we knew they had the counterspell. Wait! Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, good deck. Minus Humbling Elder. That card's no good. But we went from 9 to 21, so we, you know... 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. That kind of what happened there. If we win 2 in a row, hopefully we can get back into the top 10. We'll see. All right, on the play here, my mana isn't perfect with this hand, but, you know, I have the turn to Wayfarer. Hopefully that gets me either a blue or black source, which can potentially unlock this hand. Like ideally an island right off the top would be fantastic because then I have the Sultai Monument, and I would much rather go Skimmer into Wayfarer. So I'm actually going to do that here. I'm going to play the Sultai Monument, get a blue source, and just try to get a little more value. Although they're playing Mardu, so maybe this is not good. We'll see. Yeah. Like, obviously, there's a good chance they kill my Skimmer here, but if they do, they do. If not, I was trying to get a little more value here. Don't need that many more lands. Although it's funny, I still need a black source. I have all my other colors. They have a removal spell here. Coordinated maneuver, it feels like. Nope, Mardu Devotee, okay. Okay. Okay, top, bottom. For one red, I'm not really scared. Oh, wow. Okay. No, that was excellent. I don't have any cheap white cards. Let's play the Einok Wayfarer first. Let's hope we can hit a land. Okay, I did want a black source. So I can get the Dismal Backwater. Let's draw a card. Ooh, wow. Full of interesting decisions here. I will play the Backwater. We'll keep the Skimmer back. Like, if they had a trick, they would have attacked me last turn. So, we'll see. But at least we got some good amount of value here. Now, if they still kill the Skimmer now, they kill the Skimmer, and that's unfortunate, but... Next turn, we have Dragon Sniper plus Piercing Exhale plus Caustic Exhale, right? So if we have answers to most things that they can do, which I love. Drawing a Dragon would be great, just for the Piercing Exhale. Any type of value card would also be fantastic. Interesting. Got it. Okay. All right, happy to trade here. Okay. And nothing from the opponent. Okay, well. You know, I was going to, like, play a bunch of little things, but what about just Roar of the Endless Song? I'm also okay with that. And next turn, I'm just not even going to cast removal spells because this threatens lethal. I'm just going to pop my Monument and play the Sniper and just have as much power and toughness in play as possible here. Wow, what a draw. Holy cow. What the heck? What just happened here? Okay. Why did it tap like that? Ugh. God, I swear, Auto Tapper is just so bad. Like, oh my gosh. What do I need the white mana for? Arena, what do I need the white mana for? Can you tell me? Unreal. This is still looking good, though. Alright, they are at 10 life, and we have lethal attacks next turn with the Piercing Exhale available. Okay, we don't have a lethal attack, but yeah, I mean, Roar of Endless Song is just an absolute ridiculous bomb. We lost to it, and now my opponents have lost to it. So, yeah, I mean, do I love the fact that there are just an obscene number of just rare bombs? But that just seems to be the nature of Limited these days, and you have to go with the flow and recognize that it happens to you as often it happens to your opponents. And that's why you draft 5-color, because it happens to you more often, because you get to take all the bombs. All right, on the play here, we will keep. It's got a Sago Wildling in it, so that makes everything glorious. Let's go ahead and get an island. Never get to really hoof anybody out in this draft. Let's play the Wayfarer. Okay, we hit the land, which is great. And do I need a swamp? I'll take the swamp. I know I have Craterhoof in my deck, but like, having a black source here, untapped potentially, could be useful. Like if I draw a Lion Wait, I can play it, which is very nice. And if they played a creature, that is. But they didn't play a creature, so obviously I wouldn't be doing that. Alright, Sultai Monument is a totally fine draw. And I will get a blue source here. But we will play Jungle Hollow. By the time we get to Craterhoof, like, we should have 3 green for the most part, so... I want mountains more than anything, but... like, this hand is still okay. We have plenty of things to do. Dragon Sniper, okay. Do not care about that. I mean, we're just trading 1 damage for 1 damage here, right? So this is fine. We'll let them get the land. Dismal Backwater, huh? Like, Sonic Shrieker would be bad, I guess. Reaching Dragonstorm, sure. God, they actually had a good card. Dragonstorm... I think Dragonstorm stinks. But... again, it's just the variance on the card, which I don't really like. Alright, I will play the white land. Like, I just want to get... like, I don't want them to continue digging here. And I just want to try to... this is more of a tempo-ish hand at this point. Okay, Jeskai Shrinekeeper, sure. Yeah, you can bounce that all day. Yeah, no, this is fine for me. Or, it's better than it looks, I think. Because I can go Constrictor Sage, tap this down, play a land, and this is an excellent board. Obviously, Spectral Denial is not really going to be able to counter anything. I can counter something for 1. But if they play like a Breaching Dragonstorm, obviously I can't counter that. But I have a rebuff to bounce something. So again, just like a very tempo-oriented hand. Okay, they get 3 1/1s, sure. Okay, it looks like Piercing Exhale as well. Yep. Alright. Fair enough. Don't have lethal here. Okay. And then I kind of want to kill the Shrinekeeper. I can also bounce the Shrinekeeper just because it's such an expensive card. Right? Like, what if I bounce this, they don't have anything to put counters on, right? And then I can still keep up, like, Counterspell plus other things if I want. Yeah, and this turns off Revival of the Ancestors. Yeah, so, I mean... not a fantastic spot to be on, but we're still alive here. Honestly, they might want to just try to fire off this Dragonstorm, which I guess I'll counter just to prevent them from getting like a ton of value off of it. Alternatively, they can just like pop the Monument, but that's not super strong. So Breaching Dragonstorm here. Yeah, alright. Oh, they have a Dispelling Exhale too? That's annoying. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's not much you can do about that, obviously. Miss! What is that? Strategic Betrayal. Oh, that gets the Rennie's rebuff. Man, Storm Scale Scion, Storm Count 4. Oh, 1 mana short! Ugh. 1 mana short. Yikes. I'm gonna cast this because I just want to hit some lands, I think. Oh, this is not good either. Oh, Caustic Exhale was actually good. There's the Globe, which helps me with the Scion. So I guess I discard the Procession. How do I not find a land there? That's really unfortunate. Well, I'm glad I fired this off, right? Because it lets us just dig deeper and... Okay, Runescale Stormbrood. Okay. When they have counter magic up, I'm less likely to try to kill them, I think. Yep, that's unfortunate. God, a red source would have been so good for us. Oh, this is so brutal. Just everything is just so awkward, you know what I mean? Like, this is not even close to lethal anymore. Or it's not lethal anymore, rather. Are you kidding me? They had the Globe? So now I can't kill them with Caustic... Do they know about Caustic Exhale? Like, what's happening here? Oh my gosh. Alright, give me a red source, please. Saga Wildling. At least give me a Saga Wildling here. Come on. Come on, be reasonable here. Okay. That was good, I guess. Man, this Dragon's Prey is just being so terrible. Oh, man. Okay. Five cards in hand for the opponent. This is why I don't like Caustic Exhale nearly as much as the other Exhales. It just doesn't kill the dragons. Like, it's obviously a fine card, but... Why didn't you play that? Oh, they must have drawn it, I guess? Yeah, like, this Exhale is just, like, completely useless. So, hold on. I will have 3 creatures in play. So this will be +3/+3 to my team. So that's 8 plus 8, 16 damage. So if I Dragon's Prey here, it's just an extra, just more damage. They have 1 mana up. Oh my gosh, hold on. Does that change things? Oh man. They have 1 mana, like... Let's see, this is... 5, the 8 plus 8. That's 16 damage, right? Yes! Oh my gosh, Crater Hoof for the win! Crater Hoof for the win! And we actually finished at a higher ranking than we were previously. Lucky number 8. And that, at least for the YouTubes, for these recordings, we have now trophied 5 drafts in a row. How incredible is that? And this time, we weren't we didn't pick up 2 losses early. This is a 7-1 victory here with some pretty incredible rares. We got some of these passed to us too, like Roar of Endless Song and Crater Hoof. We both got passed to us. And man, that is a really, really good feeling. I'm just so happy that we were able to turn things around this season, because I was just going to say, it's really funny how quickly people's opinions of your abilities can change after like 2 bad videos. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, most of you have watched me draft for many, many months. And, you know, I have had consistently good results. And sometimes I don't do well. I am never claiming to be one of the best players, but I'm confident in my abilities. And, like, I know that I make mistakes. But at the same time, I know that there are a lot of times where I also play reasonably well. And it was just really, really funny for me looking at the comments when I go on a couple of 2 and 3 runs and I have a poor ranking. All of a sudden, everybody just feels the need to just chime in and just say how just I don't understand the format or something along those lines. It's like, come on. Like, everybody has bad runs, right? Myself included. And now we've been able to turn things around. And this is one of the best streaks that I've had while recording for YouTube. Like, 5 trophies in a row for videos is absolutely ridiculous. We had Roar of Endless Song, Inevitable Defeat, Crater Hoof Behemoth, Stormscale Scion, and they all were really, really important in allowing us to win a bunch of these games. And, you know, I feel like in general, at this point, I am very, very confident in my abilities to draft a 5-color deck. I know it's kind of the cool thing to do now to not draft 5-color, but believe me, I tried doing a lot of other things, and this by far has been the most successful archetype, at least for me. At least for me. When I look at my overall results, it's like, it's just not close. Like, I've played 100 games. I've played 100 matches with drafting 5 colors, which is more than double anything else. And it's at a 71% win rate, right? The results don't lie. Like, this is just how you should be drafting this format. But, caveat, I just feel like this is also a very, very difficult archetype to draft correctly, because traditional pick orders don't necessarily apply when you're drafting a 5-color deck. I mean, you can probably do a whole video on how to properly draft 5-color, because I don't even think top-level players draft it properly. Like, there's just so many things to consider, and depending on the point in the draft, you have to always shift your picks and evaluations based on where you are in the draft. It's like, oh, I have a lot of top end. I better take a Dispelling Exhale versus another good dragon, just to make sure I have cheap things to do. Oh, I have plenty of playables. Well, then I better take lands over the playable card, right? It's just, you always have to make the various concessions at different points in the draft. And I don't think people in general are as accustomed to that, because this is such a different draft format than others that we've seen. I think oftentimes people just draft in a vacuum and go, oh, this is the best card. 17 Lands told me this is the best card. I'm going to take this card. And that is not the case all the time with this format. Like, obviously in this format, like, it's easy. Like, if you see a good bomb level rare in any color, you take it and you figure out the mana. But at some point you do have to figure out the mana, right? And at some point you also have to look and be like, okay, well, my mana curve still is important. I need to still make sure I have some things to do early. And this deck probably kind of had the bare minimum with regards to that. Like, I took Dragon Sniper over a potentially more powerful, expensive card, because I recognize that this is just a really good early play that lets me get to the late game. And if I'm drafting in a fashion where I take every rare that I see, then presumably in most instances, like, my late game will be stronger. So there's just a lot to this. And I think I'm feeling more confident about this as I continue drafting this. A lot of people drafting 5-color had success early when it was super open, but now it's not super open. Now you're fighting other people for 5-color cards. And so it's really important for you to recognize what you need to prioritize and how those priorities shift over the course of a draft. Watch a bunch of these videos, and I'm hoping that if you do, you will also get a better sense for how exactly you should go about playing 5-color. Also, the games are really deep. They're very complicated. It's not easy. Sequencing your lands is also extremely important. Sequencing your lands not with what you have in your hand, but what else is in your deck is also really important. So keep that in mind as well. So this isn't the easiest thing to draft or play, but I do think it's one of the best archetypes to actually play to get a high win rate. Or you can just draft red-white aggro, of course. Okay, well, that makes it 5 trophies in a row. That's insane. We are now in the top 8. Can we crack the top 5? I wouldn't have thought this was a possibility, but now we are getting ever so close. And man, it feels good to go back to our winning ways. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and would like to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to all the patrons. All of you are wonderful. Of course, everybody's wonderful. You watching, if you made it to the end, you're also wonderful. Additionally, check out TCGplayer.com for all your TCG singles and sealed product needs. Whether you need booster boxes or singles for your decks, check out TCGplayer.com. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but certainly not least, check out heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, all that good stuff for your next tabletop event, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.